Oh, Rosa, you came to us when we laid our bodies down. Oh, Rosa, you make our town great. Oh, Rosa, we praise the tears on your face.
Thank you, Stella. Wow. Good evening. We're here today to celebrate the definitive and absolute release of the sacred text of Rosa, Who is Great.
Who is great?
This collection of text has been pulled, trimmed, and compiled from the dreams of Rosa's followers over all these years. A text so complete, so thorough, that the sacred text of Rosa, Who is Great,
Who is great?
acknowledges that it is not nearly complete or thorough enough. This text is sacred. It's not only sacred for me, the collector of the text, nor just Stella, who's the illuminator of the text, but maybe most importantly, this text is sacred for all of Rosa's followers who dreamed her story while they slept at night under those fateful stars. This text is sacred because of the space it inhabits in our lives. And maybe someday it will inhabit a space in your life too. Surely, you will find that once you read the sacred text of Rosa, Who is Great,
Who is great?
the gods will show Rosa to you in your dreams as well. We can all be like the dreamers who received Rosa's text at night. All we need to do is open ourselves up and sleep. We should sleep anywhere and everywhere so that the gods can speak to us often. Of course, at home in bed, but also maybe at the breakfast table over a bowl of oatmeal, maybe in the break room during your first 10. That's up to you. I'm really, truly fascinated by the prospect that this text, the sacred text of Rosa, Who is Great,
Who is great?
was recollected by hundreds of dreamers, right? People sleeping, dreaming in our village. But this text is about a woman who, before she left for the mountainside, she never slept, never dreamed, never seemed to rest, didn't sleep a wink. Let's all remember that this text is sacred for Rosa as well. You know, before she left for that mountainside, there was no way for the gods to speak to her. No dreaming, no sleeping, right? She just lay in our fields of golden wheat, stare up at that night sky. You know, many theologians argue and say that for every star in the night sky, there's a part of Rosa's story that goes untold. How glorious is that image? Rosa, a young woman lying in those fields of golden wheat, staring at a night sky full of tales from her journey. But you know, Rosa, she couldn't stay in that field forever. She couldn't stay with us forever. She was unhappy. We really tried our best to make her happy. Tried to get her to be happy. But all she wanted to do was remain left alone with her unhappiness. So it was during one of those nights when Rosa was staring up at the stars in the sky that she decided to leave our village behind. She left for the mountainside. She headed towards there to reflect, to seek, to meditate, to be closer to the gods so they could speak to her. That night, Rosa left us. Now please stand, open up your hymnals, and allow Stella to lead us in that hymn, O Rosa.
Oh, Rosa, you saved us, saved our town. Oh, Rosa, you came to us when we laid our bodies down. Oh, Rosa, you made our town great. Oh, Rosa, we praise the tears on your face.
I love that song. Thank you, Stella. You can be seated. So we've been going around. Sal and I have been doing this big tent revival tour for some time now. We brought the sacred text of Rosa, who is great,
Who is great?
across the globe. And I really only get one complaint from folks in our audience. And the one complaint I get is that the book itself doesn't actually contain enough of Rosa's stories, enough of the tales from her journey. It doesn't include all of them, right? Remember, an untold journey for every star in that night sky. In the book, it says to recount every dream or tale would take lifetimes. Oh. I don't find that complicated. I find it beautiful. See, we can't learn everything there is to learn about Rosa's tale simply by reading the text. No, if you want to learn about Rosa, you need to sleep, to dream, to let the gods show you her journey. But today, I do want to talk about one particular tale that is included in the sacred text of Rosa, who is great.
Who is great?
It occurred while Rosa was at the tail end of her journey. She was at the top of the mountain, so the air up there was thin and her breath was short, and her steps were short too. Quickly, she hiked. Quickly, quickly. It was here that she met Little Bear. This little bear welcomed Rosa into his camp. He gave her a bowl of hiking soup, had her rest by the fire. Then he told her all about how the time he had jumped to the moon and wandered through the moon forest. I love this story, especially this part. This must have thrilled Rosa. Think of all those times she lay in our field of golden wheat and looked up at those stars in the night sky. And all those nights the stars were there, that moon must have been there too. And I can't help but think that while she was lying in that field, she didn't wonder what it was like to walk around on that moon. Here she was, talking to Little Bear, who was telling her exactly that, what it was like to wander around that moon forest. But that's not really what's so important about this story, about this part of the text, right? Little Bear gave Rosa some advice. First off, he said, you must always have something to wish for. Now, what did Rosa wish for more than anything? Nothing, if not the opportunity to remain unhappy, right? That's all she wanted. That's why she left our village, to pursue that chance, to pursue her desire to be unhappy. She always had something to wish for. Next, Little Bear told her to always take naps. This is amazing, right? At this time, Rosa was already taking naps. She was sleeping at this point, sleeping next to creeks, sleeping under those night stars. But how did we hear this tale? We heard it recollected from all of our dreamers who were dreaming, right? They told us about Little Bear's advice to always take naps. Incredible. See, folks, the gods want to speak to us. They want to tell us Rosa's story. Finally, and personally this is my favorite piece of Little Bear's advice, he told Rosa to always have somebody to love. Now this is the one of the three pieces of advice that someone may argue that, this was a piece of advice that Rosa wasn't already heeding. She wasn't listening to this. She hadn't found someone to settle down with, to love for the rest of their lives together, to be together forever, right? I disagree. I don't think Little Bear was telling her to find another person to love and to be with that person always and forever. Because Rosa already had somebody to love. And who did Rosa love but herself? Because you see, folks, when you love yourself, you will always have somebody to love. And let's all stand once more for that rousing tune of O Rosa. Take it away, Stella.
Oh, Rosa, you saved us, saved our town. Oh, Rosa, you came to us when we laid our bodies down. Oh, Rosa, you make our town great. Oh, Rosa, we praise the tears on your face.
Excellent. Howdy, everyone. So, just want to say thank you to a few people out there, Evan and Quiet Lightning, obviously, for putting this text together and getting it out into the world. We appreciate that. Friends and family here, all the help you've given us over the last few months and years, weeks, days, all of that, we appreciate that. Suba and Studio 2 for letting us be here in this space right now. It's beautiful. Let's see, also Kay Robinson, who designed and laid out the book. Thank you much. We're going to be here for a while. Walk through Rosa's tents, experience her journey for yourself. We've got prints and stickers and pins for sale, and come say hi, please.